turned blood red and has shocked everyone around the world. This is not the first time something like this has happened. The Bible knows that water bodies turning red is a bad omen, as it once happened thousands of years ago. Why is this strange phenomenon happening? Why is everyone so worried about it? What's the reason behind such a drastic change in the color of the pool? Join us as we unwrap one of the most mysterious events of our times. The Dead Sea is located in the Middle East, surrounded by Jordan, Israel, and Palestine.
Chicago overnight. Alex Perez is on the scene for us there in Illinois. Good morning to you, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Yeah, that storm barreling in last night. I want you to take a walk with me here. Look behind me here. You can see those down trees and down powerful lines caused by these powerful winds. Now, I want you to check out these images from overnight. This video capturing a reported tornado in northern Illinois. At least 8 reported tornadoes across 3 states. Many are just waking up now to assess the damage, but thankfully authorities say there are no reports of serious injuries. The storm is expected to continue creating problems as it makes its way east. George? Okay.
A huge landslide is triggered by the powerful earthquake that hit Taiwan earlier this week. This footage is by Nina Shu, showing rocks and dirt falling down a cliff onto a highway. Nina recounted the experience, saying the small rocks quickly turned into boulders rolling towards the road. Meanwhile, rescuers in Taiwan, they are still searching for people through that rubble. The Taiwan National Fire Agency says nearly 150 people are either still trapped or they are out of contact. Crews search through partially collapsed buildings like the ones you see here, using excavators to put material.
Of New York, a magnitude of 4.8. So far, no injuries have been reported, and there have been no reports of major infrastructure damage. Cameras did capture the moments it hit during a United Nations meeting. Take a look.
A place where children can seek humanitarian services and normality. Go ahead. Education is... Senator?
Out of Italy's Mount Etna, Europe's largest active volcano blew several volcanic vortex rings on Sunday. Vortex rings are rare and happen when vapors and gases ascend rapidly through the volcano's conduit.
Solar eclipse may feel like science fiction, but on Monday it will be a reality for millions of Americans. Put simply, a total solar eclipse is when the moon completely blocks the sun from a particular viewpoint on Earth. Quick history lesson. Historians have multiple theories about when the first eclipse was recorded. There's evidence it could have been at least 3,000 years ago. Ancient records found in China describe the sun being eaten by a dragon. Since then, our knowledge has expanded. Scientists finding an eclipse is caused by the moon's shadow.
This happens somewhere on Earth about every 18 months.
Though an eclipse can appear in uninhabited locations, like the ocean. On April 8th, 2024, just 7 years after the last total eclipse in the U.S., you'll see the new one. And you won't want to miss it, because the next U.S. total eclipse is set for 2045 over a different part of the country.
It's a sacred moment where you suddenly feel more connected to the universe and to the movement of the universe.
Mark.
So chaos in Fairfax County, Virginia. Newly released video capturing the moment. One officer injured and a cruiser destroyed.
Police body cam video of a man being arrested after he allegedly shot a restaurant employee because he was angry about guacamole.
The reason that this happened is because of poor decisions, inability to control emotions, and that's what led to the shooting.
It happened Friday night at the Chipotle on Evergreen in Southfield.
This happened right across the street from the police station. So what's the nerve of that? And you think you're going to get away with it?
32-year-old Aaron Michael Brown arrested a short distance away. At a press conference on Monday, a timeline.
The suspect, Mr. Aaron Brown, entered the Chipotle restaurant with his wife. While standing at the register, Mr. Brown asked for extra guacamole on his food that he had just purchased.
Police say he was upset because it wasn't enough guacamole.
Mr. Brown then called the female Chipotle employee a derogatory name, the B word, which upset her understandably.
Fellow employees took her to the back to try to calm her down, leaving the front counter unattended.
Our suspect, Mr. Brown, who previously had paid for his food items, began to proceed to go around the counter and began to bag his own items, and then he took a cup and filled it with guacamole.
A 21-year-old male employee tried to stop him. Physical altercation, and then Brown, a licensed CPL holder with no prior criminal history, allegedly shoots the employee in the leg, then takes his food and calmly walks out.
I was in my car and I saw him just walk out to his car, close the door, and just drive off. Like he didn't speed off or anything. It was weird to see, but it was like you'd think you want to get out of there fast, but it's like he didn't care.
I mean, it's very scary. I don't know.
Brown is being held on a $20,000 cash bond and facing several charges, including assault with intent to do great bodily harm.
Would look like. So where are you going to get food? Where are you going to get water? Where are you going to get power? How are you going to get it off the island of Manhattan if you want to get off? Or how are you going to go get to your family and friends? Do you have gasoline? Like, to me, it's more just a mindset of having the essentials for 5, 6, 7 days. And then if the grid's really down, well, then maybe only the billionaires survive at that point.
Man, you see this Mark Zuckerberg building this $270 million bunker?
If you have $1 billion, we have learned that you can do whatever you want to do. When Elon Musk wants to send things in space, he don't have to ask nobody's permission. Congress don't meet. Senate don't meet. No police department got to be warned. He don't need a permit. None of that. If you got $1 billion, you do what you want to do, and then you tell them what you did. And that's how it goes.
What he built a $270 million bunker? What do you know that we don't know, Cat?
Kim Jong-un? I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi. So what does that mean? That means if a solar flare or a meteor hits either one of those, literally a bomb can go off just because the system accidentally got turned off. Yeah, that's what he knows. The people that are in power know that the people that are running the most complicated and deadliest things on the planet are just an average idiot. And you know lots of idiots.
I do.
Yeah. And these people are not special. Back in the day they were.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Philip, this was scary. I woke up this morning and there were several things in this story that scared the life out of me. One, that we should be on a war footing, and the other is that government ministers didn't even bother turning up to any exercises. They sent a minion, a civil servant instead. What do you make of it all?
I think it's shocking. The first rule of government is to protect the nation, and you can't protect the nation unless you're preparing for it. And if we look at, I've been involved in the international geopolitics game, whether it be in the military or commentating on it and writing on it for over 40 years. And this is the first year that I can see a clear path, or several clear paths, to World War III. We've got a major war in Europe. In Ukraine, we've got the Middle East falling apart, we've got China becoming more aggressive in Southeast Asia, and there are ways that those could join together relatively quickly. And unless you get government departments coming together to plan multiple different things and look at how we can defend ourselves, then you don't get the coordination. The Ministry of Defence itself in 1994 said it would take nearly 4 years' notice and 2 years of preparation to get ready to defend the United Kingdom. If the MOD's not doing it, what hope is there for the other government departments?
So why? I mean, you agree that we are on a pre-war footing, and we should be on a pre-war footing, and the government should be doing more. Why aren't they? Why aren't they taking it seriously, Phil?
Yeah, coming to show for y'all. Had a damn good show. Check this video out.
It is, as always, very good to be with my friend and colleague, Dmytro Kuleba, the Foreign Minister of Ukraine. We just came from a session with all NATO allies and Foreign Minister Kuleba, and I think it's safe to say that the support for Ukraine, the determination of every country represented here at NATO remains rock solid. We will do everything that we can. Allies will do everything that they can to ensure that Ukraine has what it needs to continue to deal with Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine, an aggression that gets worse with every passing day. And we've seen that just in the month of March with thousands of missiles, rockets, projectiles launched at Ukrainians and Ukraine cities and towns, its electricity grid, and that continues. We're also here at NATO to talk about the summit that's upcoming in the summer in Washington, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the alliance. Ukraine will become a member of NATO. Our purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership and to create a clear pathway for Ukraine moving forward.
We will be looking forward to the outcome, but of course we believe that Ukraine deserves to be a member of NATO and that this should happen sooner rather than later. So we will be looking forward to the outcome of these deliberations. Finally, I would like to thank the people of the United States, the Biden administration, and those forces in Congress who work tough.
When Russia fell apart, like Ukraine, Poland, all these countries broke away from Russia, it was always promised for decades to Russia's government, Putin, whoever, that Ukraine would not be a part of NATO. Yep. And if that was promised for decades. And Putin said, okay, cool, I'm letting you know what's up. Y'all try to add them to NATO, I'm gonna have a problem with that. So now that Biden in office, now they want to be a member of NATO, and that's why Russia's showing aggression towards Ukraine.
Yeah. So long as we was not trying to make Ukraine a part of NATO, it would be peace in Ukraine and in Russia.
Yeah.
But the only thing that Russia is doing, and before, is trying to protect their borders. That's why the news media is trying to demonize him and vilify him as some kind of Hitler. He's not Hitler. Yeah, he's a communist, but he's not Hitler. All he's doing is defending his borders.
Yeah, you remember when Russia was sending those nukes to Cuba? It was back when Kennedy was in office.
Right.
And they had the Cold War, and it was
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah. USA blocked that because they didn't want Russia's missiles right at our doorstep.
Right.
That's why we blocked it, right? Now, Russia's doing the same thing. They don't want NATO's forces at their doorstep. That's why they always wanted, no, we do not want Ukraine to be a part of NATO.
Yeah, Putin's doing nothing no different than what the United States would do. That Joe Biden would do or Trump would do. We all protect our borders. This whole thing was totally preventable. All these people who died in that war was totally preventable. The reason why it's going on is because we lack leadership here in the United States. Joe Biden's a warmonger.
It's something in Ukraine that the U.S. wants. It's got to be.
Yeah, that's the only reason, yeah.
It's something there in Ukraine. Yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Because at this point, if you vote for Joe Biden in the upcoming election, you're actually voting for World War III.
Yeah.
Do you think...
My kids ain't going. My kids ain't going nowhere.
And NATO's Ukraine... Okay, NATO was established because of Germany, Hitler.
Yeah.
Right? Fight against tyranny and evil and Russia, and I guess Russia to Germany.
Yeah, every country come together to fight evil.
Yeah, that's what we did against Germany. If we didn't all come together, I'd be in chains right now, just getting, just not even go there. But that's why NATO's here, right? But see, at this point, you got China, you got Iran. Even if Ukraine entered NATO, guess who's gonna back up Russia? Them Chinese. Iran, those countries?
Yeah.
I mean, if you vote for Biden, you're literally voting for World War III.
Yeah, our next president could destroy the world if it's not taken.
It's got to be something important in Ukraine that the USA wants. It's got to be. It's got to be some kind of new science or something.
I don't know. I just know my kids ain't going.
That guy that was talking, that was President Joe Biden's Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Just said that.
Lincoln said, he said it word for word, Ukraine is going to become a member of NATO. If that happens, it's no doubt that we're going to be in a world war.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Because they're part of NATO. Because when a country in NATO is attacked, all the countries of NATO band together.
It's going to attack Russia. But Russia's not going to be alone. Bet you North Korea going to jump in there. China going to jump in there.
All the communist countries.
All them dumb Negroes in Africa going to jump in there.
Hey, black people love Africa. Wait till it's World War III. I guarantee the Africans, they're going to be with Putin. Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah.
But they got a coalition. Don't they supposed to be building on currency together?
Yeah.
BRICS currency?
Yeah.
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 Well, if you're a Democrat, you vote for this, say goodbye to your kids.
Hey.
Because they're going to go fight Joe Biden's war. We have no business in Ukraine. That's why we pulled out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, this war is not even winnable. We couldn't even whoop Afghanistan.
Yeah.
This war is not, you can't win this war.
And these wars nowadays, it's not like the wars past, like World War II. That war meant something. These wars now, they don't mean anything.
Well, those wars were won, but it was still at a great cost.
Yeah.
The Civil War, World War I,
But
War
those
II.
wars meant something. You
Yeah.
was fighting for something.
Yeah.
What are we fighting for in Ukraine?
There's something in Ukraine, man. I'm telling you. It's man,
Yeah.
they got something in Ukraine that's very valuable.
Man, that place is a shithole. It's nothing but fraud there. People ain't worth a damn anyway. See all those Negroes letting in the country?
They let Negroes there.
Yeah, they let Negroes from Africa. Now the Negroes fleeing Ukraine because they don't want to fight that war. They let a bunch of freeloaders come to their country. They don't even want to be Ukraine. They just got their hands out.
Yeah.
Now, who cares?
But it doesn't mean anything to them. Well, it does mean something. It means the world's going in. Yeah, man, let's end all this shit.
Yeah.
Let's end it. Hey, let's just
Trump said he could end this.
Trump
in
will end this
24
on-
hours.
You can end this with diplomacy. Ukraine in NATO, Ukraine entering NATO is not going to end this.
Yeah, diplomacy.
Diplomacy will end this.
Yeah, just sitting down at the table.
So, man, let's talk this over.
Ukraine is not American. Those people are Russians. Those people are literally Russians. They speak Russian.
Yeah, their culture is Russian.
They drive back and forth. Their neighbors are Russian. It's like Russia invading Texas, saying they're going to take over Texas. That's the same thing the United States is doing to Ukraine.
This is how I can explain this. Let's say Texas broke away from the U.S. They want to be the Texas nation. They want their own country because this place is a shithole. It's turned into a shithole, right? Then Russia reached out to Texas, hey, y'all broke away from the U.S.? Hey, man, you want to join Russia? They say, you know what? We want to join Russia. Guess what USA going to do? They're going to invade Texas because they want to protect their border.
Yeah.
They don't want Russia at their doorstep.
Yeah. This
Same
whole
thing.
predicament was totally avoidable.
Remember they said when Trump was out, he going to start World War III? Just because he blew up a camel salesman. That, what's his name? Salami?
Yes, it's salami.
Salami, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Something like a Solamami? Solamama.
Let's call him salami.
They blew him up.
General Salami because he attacked one of our embassies.
Yeah, so
Trump wasn't having that.
So Trump blew him up. That dude was outside one day just walking. He's like, what's that buzzing noise?
Riding camels. with a straw in his
This
mouth.
all I hear was boom.
Blew that damn camel up and fool the head.
Right? It wasn't Democrats. The Democrats say, oh, we started World War III. And look what happened. Joe Biden sent down missiles and started just shooting down because of what happened with those soldiers.
Yeah.
They got killed because of those attacks from Iran. He started bombing Iran, doing the same thing. But when Trump does it, he started World War III.
Yeah.
But when they do this right now with joining NATO, oh, this is protecting democracy.
Yeah, they gave Obama a damn Nobel Peace Prize for destroying countries, for blowing up people. It's like literally half of our country is just morons. They believe anything. It almost
Trump thinking, man.
Yeah, it's almost like
Groupthink.
this is destiny. It's almost like God intended this to happen. You know?
Yeah, y'all talk about climate change as an existential threat. Well, y'all playing with fire. This is an existential threat. Seriously.
Yeah.
Y'all playing with fire. Y'all call Putin a homicidal maniac. Look what y'all doing. Y'all don't really believe that.
Well, he might be, but why y'all poking him? If y'all think he's crazy...